A Rustenburg businessman was killed today. His name is Jabulani Ngombe. This Rustenburg man was killed in front of a coffee shop, in front of pedestrians. But what is new? That's the type of thing that happens in South Africa every day. It happened with our beloved celebrities. It happens every day to people we don't know. But this man predicted his own death. Here's this man's video from a few months ago talking about his possible assassination.
That Gubu has got the rights over the land, and it's a fact. And no threats will stop what needs to be done there in terms of the development. Those are the rights we have, legally so. We'll kill you, we'll ban you. Nothing will stop the development. The development will go ahead. Do whatever you want to do, but the development will go ahead and the law will take its course. And for those that have built houses, we have given them an opportunity to talk to our lawyers and see what we can do in terms of seeing if we can help or rescue them one way or another, depending on what we agree upon.
As you can see, this man already knew that there were people who are planning to kill him, planning to assassinate him. There have been people who were bothering his family for a long time. I saw this video today and I decided to do a minor deep dive. I saw articles, I saw stories on Facebook, I saw videos on TikTok. This man was a target from the start. And this man, as you can see from his video, was not afraid of dying at all. And this might have genuinely cost his life. This man was willing to do everything and anything to make sure that he continues with the development of his business. Mr. Gumbi was a serial entrepreneur who ironically had a business in security, had a business in fire extinguishing business. This man was a serial entrepreneur who was doing well for his family and was doing well for himself. As you can see by going through his TikTok, he had a family, he had multiple luxury cars. He exuded success and exuded that this man was successful or was on his way to becoming the most successful businessman. But this man now is no more. A father, a husband, and a brother and a son to someone is now murdered again in this country. And we all know nothing will happen from this. We all already understand that this will just be another black man who is shot in the streets and the police will do absolutely nothing about it. So far we know that this man was shot on camera. Here's a little bit of a video to show you what happened. As you can see, I can show you the entire graphic video as this man has a family, has kids that will one day probably see this video, as these videos can to live forever on the internet. This man was murdered, and what was this man really murdered for? According to our understanding, this man had obtained a lease for a big land plot in Rustenburg from the municipality. And this man was killed because of that land. So this man was planning a first smart city in the Northwest province. This man was planning to build either a smart city or a private hospital, according to the reports that we know now. But what happened is that when you go to places like Rustenburg, there are things like tribal houses, and tribal houses also have some sort of a control over the land. So there's always this confusion as to who owns the land. Is that land owned by the tribal house or by the municipality? But it appears that the tribal houses started selling the land that this man had obtained through a lease of 99 years. And they started selling this land to residential areas, and this was a land in a very nice area, and this land was going for predictably a very expensive amount. And this land was sold to multiple residences who invested millions into their private residences. And this man had just obtained a court order to evict and even demolish houses that cost almost millions to build. And this man had already retained a court order to legally evict and demolish those houses. And it appears that his murder comes from the fact that people were absolutely terrified of losing their houses, which I actually doubted. I think, in fact, this man didn't lose his life from these residences. I think this man lost his life from the tribal chiefs that were selling the land. Because you can imagine, it's a land in Rustenburg which is presumably very expensive. So the people who standed to gain from selling those plots of land were said to make a lot of money. But if this man was going to be successful in his eviction and demolishment of the house, people are not going to buy the land from the tribal chiefs anymore. And it appears that someone who was very, very angry at this man decided to get rid of him. And that is the story of Master Gumbi, whom has lost his life because of the land in Rustenburg.